Guten Tag everyone, and welcome back to another Rodriguez Gaming video. Today, we are looking at World War II Germany. I'm not going to say what it's actually called because they don't want to get demonetized, but we have the three most let me uncustomize the Heinkel 111, But yes, today we have the three most famous aircraft of German World War II history. Let's get rid of this really quick. Alright, so here we have one of the most famous bombers, the Heinkel HE-111, built by the Heinkel Company, obviously. The Ju-87B2, built by the Junkers Company. And see those tiny little propellers on the fixed gear? So what happened was, this was introduced during the Spanish Civil War as a German dive bomber. So, they made it fixed gear, I don't know why. But then the engineers were like, hey, this fixed gear thing is pretty bad for aerodynamics, but we're gonna make this into something good. So they put sirens on it. And the purpose of those sirens was to scare people, and we'll talk more about that later. And you might actually get to hear it in the gameplay. Then we have the most produced fighter aircraft of World War II, the German Messerschmitts Bf-109. And I have the West German roundel right there, because of something interesting. It turns out, when Stalin was ruling over West Germany, East Germany. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at geography. Okay, so Stalin had East Germany. We all know that, Cold War Facts 101. But Cuba was also communist, like the Soviet Union and East Germany. So those two became best friends. And Cuba gave West Germany a tiny little island. And guess what Stalin gave the Cuban leader? A teddy bear. I'm not kidding, you can look it up. So, the first aircraft we'll be flying today is the German Messerschmitt Bf-109. But yeah, Stalin gave the Cuban leader a teddy bear. And when the Soviet Union dissolved back in 1991, well, the island was still West Germany. So technically, West Germany is still a thing, but nobody lives on that tiny island because it's so tiny you can't probably build like a block with houses. Alright, so yeah, as you see, this plane is very maneuverable, especially for its BR of 1.3. I was originally going to have the BR 1.7 Bf-109, but the weekend came pretty fast, so I had to improvise, and I got this one instead. This has two 7.7mm machine guns, not uncommon for this BR, and yeah, this plane you can research because of its low BR. You can get it when you start the game like I did. This was the first plane I researched. But to get the Stuka, you need to... Oh, shoot. Am I getting hit? Yeah, okay. I have my flaps and my aileron dead. Now I'm gonna attempt to shoot down this Heinkel 111. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Did you see how close my wingtip got to that thing? Dang, that was close. Alright, now I'm going down as I no longer have control of my elevators. And we're going at the relatively high speed of 530 kilometers an hour. And I have no control, but the airfield is right there. I don't think I'm gonna make it, though. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh no, I'm spiraling out of control. This is bad. This is bad. Alright, now I just gotta get it to pitch down. No, I have no control of this thing. It's just gonna crash, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. I'm telling it to pull up, but it doesn't want to pull up. You know what? This isn't gonna work. I'm just gonna have to eject. I don't think I can make it to the airfield. Yeah, I had to crash. I couldn't control it. But yeah, there we go. Shot down by a German reserve plane. Alright, now time for the Stuka. You might not even get to hear this siren, but I've equipped it with a SC 500 pounder. Well, no, not 500 pounder, 500 kilogram bomb. And this bomb is on the dot 500 kilograms. So, the sirens, they go off at around 400 kilometers an hour. So once we get into a dive, we'll be able to hear those. You might recognize the sound from TV shows, I don't know. But yeah. If you've ever heard an air siren, air raid siren, that it's something like that. I'm not going to explain how that works, but as you see, two 7.7mm machine guns in the front, single 7.7 in the back, and I'm gonna try my best to pronounce that. No for bomb, I guess that's the bomb lever. I don't know, I'm not a German. So as you see, alright, we have a nice cluster of 3 vehicles right there. And now watch the speed, and I'm gonna be really quiet so you can hear this. Or did you hear that wailing? You guessed it, that was the Stuka. The amazing Stuka siren. Alright, now, and another cool thing I forgot to mention about this aircraft, because it's a dive bomber, it does have air brakes, and those air brakes are able to pull the Stuka out of a dive, even if the pilot goes uncautious. Which is something really awesome, and I really think that the Germans did a really good job on designing this plane. But eventually it was outdated and outpaced, as newer, faster aircraft like the Supermarine Spitfire, P-51 Mustang, all that stuff could easily catch up with it and decimate it with its firepower. It was then changed to a tank buster with high caliber machine guns. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking so we can check out our last plane for today. I'm gonna equip it with the heaviest bomb load, the Heinkel 111. To get this one, you need to get the... I'm going to guess, I think it's, no, the number's 52, I don't know the company, but, yeah, this is a really good bomber, as I'm gonna do a little bit of a barrel roll. You can see there's 2 machine guns at the bottom, which isn't found on Allied aircraft, or even Japanese airplanes. It also has 2 side turrets, a nose turret, and a top gunner on the roof, which you can kind of see. Now let's climb up to this plane. I actually have no idea what this plane's altitude is, but, looks like there's an enemy fighter right there. Oh shoot. Man the guns, man the guns! Alright, the J6B, I think I showed that in my Sweden video. That is a fixed gear biplane. So, I don't think we should worry about that too much, and it seems to be made out of tin. Alright, well, I'm just going to try and get these anti-aircraft guns out of the way. They're called flak guns in German. That's why you have interesting planes such as interesting tanks such as the Flakpanzer, which is German for anti-aircraft tank. Trust me, I don't speak German, I just looked this stuff up on Google. Alright, it seems that the fighter's approaching us, is it? Nope, I don't see anything. Now we're gonna go make a giant U-turn. I don't really request doing that in a bomber. And I'm going to do an old trick which pretty much everyone who doesn't have experience using a bomber does. I'm going to go for the old dive bombing and a tactical bomber strategy. I used to do this a lot when I first got the game like 2 years ago, back in 2018. Or was it 2019 when I got the game? I have really no clue. Oh, mission accomplished! We did it! Woohoo! Alright, yep, that's great. We have this majestic Italian battleship. And as you see, we came in 13th place. Yeah, one time I came in like 3rd on with Soviet aircraft, but I'm just gonna press that button.